Yes, students, in our previous video we discussed the physiology mechanism of the animal adaptation. Now we discussed the nervous systems and behavior in unicellular organism. As we know, the body of unicellular organism contain only one single cell, and this single cell have ability to perform all the vital activities of the life. This it does not contain sensory cells in the form of neurons. It does not contain a sensory or motor neurons, does not contain a sense center, etc. in the form of brain, but still they have ability to detect the changes in their environment, and they have ability to respond again the changes of these changes that occur in their environment. Now we discuss how the unicellular organism can detect the changes in their environment and how they respond again a specific change occur in their environment. We are here to discuss the example of the paramecium. The body of paramecium is made up of only one cell, and the body is covered with the help of different cilia, etc. These cilia are basically responsible for the movement. It is regarded that whenever the paramecium are moving in a object or in an area, and its body collide with a asteroid, the mechanical receptor present at the interior part of the body was stimulated, and it cause or it give message to the body or to cilia to change the direction of the movement. Now we say how these receptors manage to communicate the information. How are we say that how these mechanoreceptors that are present at the interior part of the body get information, and how they transfer the information to the cilia in the absence of the nerve fiber. As we know, there is not any nerve fiber, but still they get the mechanoreceptor present at the anterior part get information that a hurdle or a problem is present on there, and they give a message to the cilia. As a result of the cilia change the direction of movement. How this thing is possible? The answer of this thing is the changes in the electric potential of the cell membrane, which is then picked up by each cilia in turn. Basically, the whole body of the unicellular organism are acting as a nerve cell. As we know that the neurons have ability to detect the changes or to transmit the information through the help of different neuroreceptors or the different chemicals, etc., in the form of calcium, in the form of the potassium, sodium, etc. Here, similarly, just like to the neurons, the body of paramecium also have different chemicals ions. Whenever the anterior part of body of the paramecium is collide with any object, the electric potential present on the that side of body become a negative, as a result of which this negative electric potential or the resting potential was detected by the cilia. As a result of this negative potential, the cilia have ability to change their direction, mean the message in the lower vertebrates or the unicellular organism for the transmission of different different messages, etc., are similar to the higher organism, but the main difference is that the higher organism contain nerve cells contain sensory organ receptor and the associative or motor receptor, but in the case of unicellular, whole body of the unicellular is acting as a receptor. But the main difference in both of them is that the whole of body here acting as a single nerve cell, and second one is the here the process of electric potential is somehow slower one as compared to higher organisms, because here the uh, electric potential or the voltage sensitive canals are present on the whole surface of the body. That's why the spread of the charges on whole surface of the body takes some time. That's why the here the response again is stimulus in the case of unicellular organisms may be slightly slower than the higher organism. Yes. Now we move. Now we move next slide and see that nervous system and behavior in invertebrates. As we know that invertebrates we are discussing about the multicellular organisms, but they are the focusing on invertebrates separately. Invertebrates are somehow complex living organism. They have uh, different sensory cells, as we know that they does not contain the complex brain or complex sense organs, etc., but still they have the sensory cells in the form of the motor neurons and the sensory neuron, etc. That's why their process of the detecting the stimulus and responding is somehow different from the unicellular organism. I repeated that they have axons and dendroids. They basically these are responsible for detecting the stimuli, detecting the change in environment, and they send the message toward the central ganglions that are present in the mostly in interior part of the body. In advanced nervous system, if we discuss, there are five major components which are linked to each other, responsible for is the detection of the stimuli. First one is the cell or group of cell acting as a sensory neurons. These are sensory receptors are basically present in the skin are present on the outer sides of the body. They maybe are be acting as a photoreceptor, maybe they are acting as a thigmoreceptor, etc. They have ability to detect the change in environment, to detect any stimuli occur in the environment. Second one is the effector or the sensory neuron. Now the after detecting the stimuli, the sensory neuron have ability to carry the impulse from the sensory cells. For example, in the case of photoreceptor, whenever they detect any change in the intensity of light, etc., they have ability. These receptors have ability to transmit this information from the sensory cell. Now again the motor impulse. Before the motor impulse, we have the associative neuron which have ability to decode this information or interpret this information just like the organism, and they may give a message to motor neurons, and motor neurons again transmit a information toward the effector to the cells of body which are responsible to for performing a specific function. Effectors are maybe muscles or glands. In the case of muscles, whenever the muscles are the affected, then the body of these invertebrates secrete different types of show different movement. While in the case of the gland, they secrete different types of secretions. As you will see here, that's these different animals have different sensory cells. We continue our this lecture in next video. Stay with me. Okay.